Alright, guys, welcome to the Battle Pirates Roundtable. I shall be hosting the event tonight, the lovely Kung Po Panda, or the Hated, whichever you want to call it. I've got a lovely panel of individuals below me. I'm joined by The Price is Motherfucking Wrong, as always. And I dropped the F-bomb there because there's been complaints about the F-bomb since Dee's not been on for late. And then we've got the panel of absolute beautiful people below. You will see them all. We've got Pain Train, we've got the user Stephen, Cop DM, we got the legendary Tyler covering his hole up this week with a curtain. We've got I'm a Cutie Pie for PNLS. We've got the legendary Bombard, who's my wife, not Snookies. And we've got Joel and we've got Matty Monobrow. Welcome, everybody. So, guys, tonight's show, we are literally putting it out to the players tonight. We've had so many changes of late in the game. That we've discussed a lot on Thursday shows. We've discussed all around what's coming in, but we've never had the chance to sit back and say, actually, this is what we, the players, like. So tonight's show is about the last 2 to 3 months of changes from Kixeye's perspective. Kixeye, I hope you're listening because this is a very, very good customer feedback survey for you. Whether you pay attention to them or not, well, you send them us every day, so listen in because the players are going to be telling you exactly what they want. So we're going to be discussing all the changes. Players are going to say whether they like it, they dislike it, and be very constructive around what they've brought out. So, Stephen, do you want to start tonight's show off, buddy?
Sure. And the first thing I'm going to say, and we've talked about before, but I love the new UI. The fact that they've given me back a good 50 to 60% of my screen space that they were using before. Instead of a big giant window, I have nice, thin, high-resolution text. It's great. And that was a simple change they did, and it looks wonderful. Do an easy one right off the bat. And we have a bunch of great things tonight, so I'm not going to burn them all right here at the beginning, but we'll jump in and go.
So out of everything in the last 6 months, that's the main one. Are you kidding me?
I just thought that's what I'd lead with, but I didn't want to burn it all at the beginning. Of course, the new campaign system with the Uranium campaign, they did it 2 months in a row. I feel it's real balanced, the amount of time they've done with it. That's made a hell of a change. I'm actually really impressed with the fact that it lasts all weekend. You can really take your time with it. You could do it for free if you want, or you could spend just a tiny, tiny bit and do it all in a day. So the directions are getting better in this game. And then the last thing I was going to say is I'm not bored anymore. There's definitely enough content and things to do. The last thing you can say is the last 6 months have definitely not been boring.
So I'm going to really open this up. So, guys, there's been a lot of changes around Uranium. You rate the dredge's style, the amount of Uranium needs to buy certain things. Go throw it out there. How are you guys feeling about Uranium and all the changes that have happened? And
I'm loving the dredges at the moment. They're out there for me to hit. I'm a heavy corner, so I'm getting the advantage over the people that don't corn, and so that's me. I'm loving them at the moment. I've got 4 different fleets that can one hit them, so.
Be interesting. Tyler, the opposite side of the coin, non-coin. How are you finding the Uranium changes, bud?
I haven't even bothered with a dredge. I saw one and I was like, nah, I'll leave them. But I did post on the BV page, and I just think most people surely can't be ripping into these things unless you're top of the game like Bombard. So I've just ignored them now. I just think you take what you can get, and that's it now, really.
So you're finding you're living off the weeklies a bit more now?
Yeah, it's just the weekly. And that Uranium campaign. What's really pissed me off with the dredgers is the fact that the fleets that you had tailored to the old dredgers. I told one guy, I went, yeah, build this fleet. You'll be able to take 4 or 5 dredgers in a row after you've prepped the ships. And now it's just useless. And that was my dredge hitter, and now it's just like, oh, well, cheers for that. They're not even semi-useful. They're just crap now. So it's a bit... not too happy about that.
I can imagine, mate. And how long did that take to build?
36-day fleet. it's only 2 DNX. So it's not too bad, but it's a bit of a waste really when you space it a month, innit? So
Definitely. Let's go to Payne.
I'm in two minds at the moment. Part of me thinks, I can do them myself. I've got one fleet that can one hit, unlike Bombard who's got 4. And I'm finding it's about 30 to 35 coin repair with my Kodiaks to one hit one. And I don't think it's worth it, the coins, but I will hit them if I need the uranium, because I need, obviously we all need the uranium, and I'm rolling a lot of rogue crews recently. So I find my uranium kind of disappearing pretty fast.
Yeah, sadly, I'm just about out of uranium myself. I've got I think like 40 or 50,000 right now, and so I can't quite do R4 of my enforcers, so I'm probably going to end up using it on a component. But I guess it is what it is, I'm working towards building fleets right now to where I can start hitting the dredges again. It's just everything that I had for hitting dredges is, I can't use them on dredges now, so. But I'll get there.
Well,
I think there's a lot of people out there just living off the weeklies, myself included. Go ahead.
Thing is, you gotta refit fleets to now to be able to do it. And it's going to take you a while to refit those fleets if you're not going to coin them. I find if you got a little engine disruptor laying around, they help a lot. So if you're going to, use the engine disruptor as much as you can, especially for those first 3 ships in the 60s that rush you. Even if you just put an engine disruptor with 1 fleet and send it in and take those first 3 ships out, because nobody's going to really steal it off you if you just take those first 3 ships out. You know what I mean? You haven't done much else. Yeah. So what you got to do is just take those first 3 ships out and then send your other fleets in. You can send your subs in after that or whatever.
That's good advice, because those ARBs, engine disruptor ARB, it's a pretty cheap build. I think it's only like 9 or 10 days. It's really not long at all.
I think a lot of people, if they've been playing the last few raids, most players will have already built one for the Reaver raids. It was well advised back then to build an engine disruptor. So most people were around somewhere. But even that same fleet, I remember I was using engine disruptor and Stingrays in those raids, and I've still got that fleet, and I can still use it in the dredge.
I've personally, doing dredges, like the new dredges, I've personally found using the Atlas carrier fleet with the Grim is working well. I mean, I can get it down to...
Well, this has got a little background there. We'll jump in for a second. What's the worst change that you had? Not to harp too much, but what do you guys think the single worst, if you can lock it up in one sentence, worst change in the last 6 months? Start with Rob. Roll.
Well, they added glitches, and there's been a lot of older glitches come back. If you remember when you used to drain drones in a base, they would disappear, and obviously when you come back in to the base after you've drained the drones originally, they should be disappeared, not there at all. But it's gone back to the older days where the first set of drones will come out, so it will have the first wave come out, and then that will be it. So that's really frustrating. And all the glitches in general and bugs at the moment, which I suppose we can get onto in a bit.
So I suppose on the glitches, here's a question for everyone. And the bugs that are in the game at the moment, there's 3 that keep getting me, but I've discussed them on Thursday. What are the top 3 bugs right now that are costing us coins, time, and just need to be fixed?
When you go through a tower and you get hooked after you've gone through one. Also, when you get snagged at a base where you should have engaged the base is the other main one. And I think those 2 are probably similarly related as well. It's always with the phantoms. It doesn't have to be phantoms. It could be anything, I suppose, that hits you. But it happens to be that fleet.
Yeah, that's number 1, in my opinion.
in the last raid, for me, the fact that you couldn't get into the assault target was an absolute piss take, I thought. Because you couldn't get in there at all to even start, or I couldn't anyway, with my fleet. If you're going to prep it, then you couldn't really get in there to even start before your fleets were dead. So that was a bit annoying for me.
Yeah, I agree. One of the big ones could be engaging into battles. because of lag or any other thing. And the one that has been annoying me a lot in this game is the performance of the game, especially when they are uploading content or something like that. The week before the raid, or when they are adding something big like this last Forsaken Arena or something like that. It's horrible. How laggy the game can become.
Sorry about that background, guys. I fucking my nephew just come through and into my room. I apologise. But yeah, as I was saying, I use my Harlock fleet with the Grimshine on the dredges, and I find that I can whittle it down to maybe a couple of turrets on the island, and then I'll take my Hellstrikes in and I'll finish off with the Hellstrikes, and that normally works.
What's that?
I think the biggest glitch for me right now is we got new content.
Yeah.
We got new content that's come in, and every time new content comes in, there's a problem hitting bases. The lag is epic. I literally last night sat on a base. It went in, hit the base, attack base, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, sniped. And it shouldn't be that long, and that's what's cost it. And it's a Dock 11 baser now. 44 coins repair ain't cheap, and I'm just getting fed up of logging the same ticket over and over again. It'd be great if they could just stop putting content in the moment and fix a few of the glitches that are causing us problems.
One thing I will say that I like is they reduced the repair time on the level 5 turrets. I found out the other day it used to be 16 hours, which was stupid because, 80% of the time I only get a 12-hour bubble and my turrets don't repair before my bubble pops. So now I think it's 6 hours for a level 5 turret. 6 or 7 hours, which is good.
Yeah, I think, and Steven's like the biggest fan of this one as well. The dock change they made to bring the repair time down after they put it back up.
Talk about that. That was on my notepad. Dock 11 to 5 coins was the best move they've ever made. It shows they listened a little bit. I wish they listen on other things. But there's a compromise, just like in politics. Take an idea, take the other side's idea, you meet in the middle, everyone gets happy. Yeah, so 5 coins.
If they've done that to the dock, do you think we can get them to reduce the launchpad time as well?
God damn, that's the worst. 23 hours for a rocket? 23 hours. Come on, Kickside. Give us a little love on that one too. But I was gonna say, last point on Dock. That made me so happy that right now I have Dock 11 going in my base. That's what I'm building right now. So,
I kind of like to see them retro the LP a bit. I mean, the rockets in there are so out of date now. I mean,
you don't like your daisy cutters?
I'm just about to say, unless you're Tango, you're not going to really love your daisy cutters, are you? But I think they could be creative.
Well, there was. I'll take that back. There was one use for daisy cutters because there was I think it was for one of the campaigns that was taking over bases, and all the turrets were level 1 platforms, so you could just spam a giant one. Mostly, yeah, they're all crap.
Yeah,
Daisy cutters are for low levels, man.
No, I know, but it was cheap. Like that was somebody had figured it out that you could do that and just knock out a group of turrets and not even have to shoot at them. But
I think even if they let you hold multiple rockets, that would be decent. Like there's times where a bunker buster could be really useful to take out a specific turret in a base to help you. There's times where obviously pinch is always useful in bases, and if you could have a 2 or 3 to choose from, even if you can only use one in the battle, it's nice to have that choice.
Yeah, like an underground silo, so when your base gets hit, no bastard can hit it, so it doesn't cost you friggin' 48 coins, and then you've got storage on them. But I think they could just be creative. I mean, they've got like all the new techs coming out. Well, let's upgrade the rockets. Why not have one with a large Orion size that does like freeze, or I don't know, just there's so much they could do to shape it up, the LP, and reduce the times down, and people use a lot of rockets.
Oh, definitely. I mean, don't forget you've not just got, all the new different types of tech, all the nuclear stuff, the cryo stuff. They can implicate that into the rockets, like you said about the freeze. They could even have a cryo pinch or something similar that they could create.
there's a lot of scope there for them to I think it's been too long. Reduce the times down on it, and I think they've kept it high because the people that are running with no guards, you have to sacrifice losing your LP, and I think they want us to keep the guards in, and I think if they reduce that down, so they're going and go, my LP's cheaper now than my guard. I'll take the guard out and just and I'll just keep doing that, and I think that's probably why they're doing it. But they've definitely they've got a potential there, for sure.
Well, you know me, Panda, I hit a lot of bases a day, when I use a lot of rockets a day, and obviously I'm coining them rockets every time, so if they lowered obviously the costs of what rockets cost now, I think I'd be coining a lot more rockets, and I'd be landing their pockets a lot more because I'll be coining so many more rockets and hitting so many more bases because the rockets are so cheap. But at the minute, for a large pinch, it's like 11 coins, and then with the fleet damage you're going to take as well, it adds up a bit. It's just coming up to like, what, 50 coins to do a base, and it's getting quite expensive. But yeah, if they lower the repair times on some of the fleets and like obviously lower the costs of rockets, I think it'd make the game really fun again, definitely.
So, guys, let's talk Forsaken Arena. I know Bombard and Payne, you guys have been in that a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on it? How have you found it, guys?
I've actually mostly positive stuff to say about it. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I think if I could give a tip at the start, I'd say mix your fleet ups. Don't just send in all Phantoms or all Vipers, because you're going to lose against a smarter player. I tend to mix my fleets up. That's how I've been quite successful. I got up to rank 5 in the global, and then I stopped. And that leads me on to the next point, where I'm not sure how the matchmaking actually works. Maybe some of you guys know. But I don't seem to get any matches. When I was a higher rank, I wasn't getting any. I had a Bullseye Brigade crew, and throughout the whole crew, I had 3 matches. So it seemed pretty wasted.
Well, it states at the start that your matches go on your battle rating sort of thing, and if there's nobody online in the arena that has a similar battle rating to yours, then you're not going to match with anybody. They're not going to keep going down and down and down and match you with somebody at a lower rank. Say you rank Admiral, so you're only going to rank with other Admirals. You're not going to rank with people below that.
But they do it, don't they, so that you can only fight with people in your world, like between 100 sectors. Maybe if they could create a different server where you could fight across the whole game, because there isn't that many people playing, I don't think, so there wouldn't be that much of a strain, I don't think, to have it on the servers. Yeah, I would play more if I had games. I mean, like I said to you the other night, I was sat there for the whole 50 minutes, 3 games, and I was like, I'm not waiting another 10 minutes for a game or something. It's not worth it. I'm sat here to play a game, not to sit and wait.
Was 10 minutes the longest time you had?
No, definitely not. I mean, like I said, three games in 50-minute road crew. So, I've on average about 20-minute wait.
Okay.
I mean,
it's not horrible, but it's not great.
You want to use
people that are doing it.
You want to use something that can kill subs for starters, because man, I don't know how many Nighthawk fleets that I've killed in that arena. It's just people are just going in there with subs after subs, and it's it gets boring after a while. Like, I don't like fighting them for starters, but so you want something for subs, and then you put say you go in there with a fleet of Vipers, and then you'll come up with a fleet against a fleet of bloody Harlocks or something, and you'll get your ass kicked. So yeah, mixing your fleets helps a lot, as Payne said.
Yeah, it is boring. I mean, I will say to people, if you are one of these people who are sending subs in, in some way have the balls to fight. There's no point in sending a sub fleet in just cherry picking and hoping to find a fleet that you can kill. And then if there's nothing there, they just, you just sat there for 5 minutes timing out, which is even more frustrating when you've waited 10 minutes for that match.
So did you guys like it?
And the one thing.
Go on, Bob.
Yeah, it's alright. There's one thing I will say, like, if you win a match, you only seem to gain like 5 points. If you lose a match, you lose like 20. Like, I got into a match with this dude with bloody Cooters. He came in with Cooters, and he just ran away from me the whole match. You know, I couldn't catch him. He just ran away exactly the whole match. And it timed out, and there's a random winner at the end of the match, and I lost 20 points because this little noob with Kutas ran away from me.
Yep, I had exactly the same problem. He even messaged me and he was gloating, like saying, "Oh, you're the highest rank I've fought so far, and I won." And going on and on. I just said, "You didn't win. It was a timeout." And he says, "Well, Kick says otherwise," and it's true. Obviously, it said I lost. I lost 20 points. He gained 20. So that's something they need to fix, along with a lot of other things what they have, such as medals, gaining medals, losing medals for 50%, all that stuff they need to sort out. And it goes back to what's already been said, where I think Panda said they need to work on what's out and stop putting new things in, stop these new features. I know they say that there's different teams, they have a group of people developing, a group of people fixing, but there's no point in adding to it if we can't play what's already there.
Yeah, they need to fix the running away. That's just going to become more prevalent as people catch on.
I think for me, I've been in it. I've played around. I've not gone as bad as you guys, like top of the boards. I used my 10-3 matches. I enjoyed it. It was different. I think it's got great potential to be a lot more. I think it should be an alliance interface where you can get massive fleet versus fleet arenas as an alliance. I think that'd be really interesting, getting 10 versus 10 with all different types of fleets and putting a lot.
Could you imagine them trying to run 10 versus 10?
That'd be awesome.
You can't even log into a siege target some days. So for lag, I remember going in old Drac bases and watching stuff just rubber band because of the number of launchers when launchers first came out.
So let's just,
cool as it would be, I think it'd be really bad.
Let's just keep it really optimistic and that all the server issues are fixed. And just imagine a happy place with unicorns and fluffy pandas. But can you imagine that? 10 of you in there, all different fleets.
That'd be cool.
And, yeah. And you've got like someone with subs, someone with carriers, and having to actually really touch. And if they want to use the alliance features and get alliances predominant, which is clearly what they're trying to do, then that's a great way of tapping into it. Yeah, you're right. There are too many bugs right now for it to be there, but I think he's got potential. I like it.
Talking about
Definitely.
being
maybe
creative.
10v10, but 2v, look at drag bases and stuff. You can get four players in, so even if they did 2v2 and build it off that, that's quite manageable, and I would be happy to do 2v2.
Yeah, but first of all, they should fix that issue. That is to join with somebody else, even if is one of those 4 seconds or posts in the weeklies or one drag race, because at times you get bored of trying to join the battle.
So guys, while we've got our optimistic heads on, it seems the Kixeye team have been introducing lots of shit that really has no use right now. So let's look at sector influence. I mean, that was fantastic. We don't really know what it's there for right now. What would you have it for? What would make it worthwhile to you? How do we make that a good place? Let's help Kixeye develop something useful for a change.
Turn metals into uranium.
Mm-hmm. Or, I don't know, a 50% bonus in all uranium received during the week for whatever alliance has the top. That alone would cause so much work and people to put into it.
I would like them to finish something that they have started, likely that sector influence, that they give you a bonus, even if it's a bonus paying you, I don't know, 2 or 3% more uranium when you're doing a dredge or a drag base, or even when you're hitting those elite salving, that gives you a benefit, because just having you sporting the sector influence in your sector, I think is not such a wonderful thing.
Maybe a decrease in repair time or a decrease in a build time. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be something huge, but at least that is worth something.
I remember back in the day when they used to have loads of glitches. They'd go, "Hi, players, because we know we messed up on this, we'll give you half repair times for a day."
Yeah.
So they can do it. So why then they go, actually, there you go, MBK price is wrong, then guys are top in that sector, so they get half repairs for 6 hours on a Friday when dredges are out, or they just get something that's worthwhile. I like the uranium points. I think your medals to uranium piece, especially when uranium's such a hot topic right now. I think that's a great idea.
I mean, they used to be a lot more caring for the community, like you said about the repairs. They often did blueprint drop rate increases. I remember they did quite a few of those where they increased the rate in which you'd receive a blueprint from a cargo. Obviously, most players have got those blueprints, or they don't need them if they don't. So they need to keep with the times. They need to follow their own path in the game and evolve with it, and keep on the caring side. Helping the community out, making people want to play. But like you said, maybe with the uranium point, as that is the main part of the game, what KIXEYE seem to be pushing onto us.
Yeah, very good point in Twitch chat by TSM. Yep. It should reduce all tasks by 10% if you top. I think that's a great idea.
Balance doesn't really break the game. Small correction. Hey, we like any kind of tangible benefit as players. Whatever it is, doesn't always have to be huge. Just show that, here you go. You worked hard. Here's something. So it doesn't have to be massive, but it's got to be worth something.
Even if it's just like
medals. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but quickly, I don't care about medals. I never have because there's no point. Some people do, some people like them, some people don't. But because there's no tangible, no benefit there to me, I don't focus on them. But go ahead, Bryce.
Well, I was just going to suggest, like the 10% like fire rate or defense in your own sector. So that would benefit you in your sector. Whatever sector you're in. I think that'd be cool. I think a lot of the sector cops should probably hop onto that.
Yeah, I think you could even get like some extra bonuses for your fleets, attacking base defense bonuses. I think that'd be worthwhile. Imagine if you got your top of sector influence and you get 30% protection to all damage types. That'd be really good. What's Jeff doing?
It's empty. No.
Go and get some more rum, pirate.
Yeah, I was just showing you on my pirate mode.
Hey, Panda, I'll tell you one thing they could do, thinking about the alliance bonuses and stuff. Obviously, they need to look at. You need to make more relevant alliance bonuses and the ability to place people into different groups. So if they could relate that to sector influence, because obviously sector influence is alliance based. So whatever alliance is at the top, if they get a percentage of their alliance bonuses increased, so you still need to work and get your alliance points. But once you've got those, if you're the leader in the sector, you'll get an extra bonus. That way, it's nothing too far. They can't complain really that it's a ridiculous ask. It's quite simple to do as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's definitely they can tie it with a lot of stuff. I think it's in now. I think Robot needs to really say, actually, let's make it worthwhile, and I think they can solve a lot of the problems that we're giving a lot of feedback on that are probably not the best right now, by giving some good things in that. So I think they need to look at that.
Yeah. And talking about the Alliance bonus, I think it's time because we are getting to the end of the year, and Robo promised that by the end of the year, Max, we will get the chance that in your Alliance you could set people to the different roles and not just according to your level.
That would be wonderful. I mean, how many people actually have people down there in the armorers, in the evade? We've got a couple. We got lucky. We had a big influx in IPCs, so we got to pick up a lot of low levels for a couple of things. But by and large, most people, that is, everyone has gunners. Everyone has top tier. You have like 35 to 40 people in there, and just let us move people around. That would make it be a nice and great change.
We've got loads of low levels in DogX, so we're full. Lots of noobs as well. I'm joking. No, it's good. You should be able to. I mean, we got Pain Train for Christ's sake. No, joking aside, it'd be great to move people around. Question for you guys: do you think we've got enough content right now to keep us going for a good 6 months, and it's time for them to start looking at what they've put in and making it more relevant to the content they've released?
100%.
A good year, man. Good year. I mean, in 6 months, you'd be lucky if you can get 3 fleets done in 6 months. So.
Or talking about the base, imagine just your base. You have 6 months at least of refits before you can add something new.
Yeah, I got enough stuff even in my base to stay busy for 6 months between turret upgrades and everything else.
And now that the turrets level 5, as Bomber told us, has reduced the time to get repair, it's time for them to do something. Like, you stop adding so much content.
We have the raid
I just
coming
want
in.
them to add more slots in the bloody dock so you can have more than 120 ships.
How many of you are looking forward to the whole slot?
Or at
Yeah.
least that they give you the chance to group your fleets. So if you are not using it, you can put it aside and then get it back. So you have 14 active only, but you have the other one saved some way, because sometimes just to remove one fleet because you are now getting salvo, now put back the other one. Don't mix because all the ships look the same, and you have to be careful. Oh no, this is for Jab bases, this is for Halo bases, or this is for Brimstone bases, or this is my fleet for dredges. That at the end, at times you are hitting a base and you are wondering why is that ship in that fleet getting so much damage, and then you realize that you made a mistake to mix them up.
No, but I'm scrapping ships. Every time I build a fleet, I'm scrapping ships that I paid for now. I've scrapped all my old little hammerheads and seawolves and all the shit that I built as a low level. Now I'm scrapping shit like MCXs and DreadXs and, you know,
I don't
decent
know.
fleets.
How could you get rid
know.
of your Seawolves, man? You still need those.
I mean, I think the last
I agree with you. If and they could finish at least, for example, in the now that we talk about the scrapping, when you go to scrap, there is one of the options that says 0 uranium. If they were going to give uranium out of a scrapping, it would be time that they do it, because I think it's not just Bomber that has lots of fleets that he has coined and he has to scrap because there is no room for the new ones. It's a lot of people at this point. Mostly of the anti-players, big coiners or not, have 120 already. Most of them he has paid for them.
I had to scrap a Stalker sub today so I could start a Kodiak, man. I couldn't believe it.
My next scrap is a strike cruiser already.
See, that's
Sorry.
depressing and wrong with the game. I know we're not trying to go on a bad phase, but when players have to get rid of strike cruisers just to start building other things, that tells you something. I mean, the needle dick is not the strongest ship in the world, but there's still people that paid money for it at one time. There was a time not that long ago, the last 2 years, 2.5 years, where it was a decent fleet. I know people who put a lot of rocket strike cruiser fleets. I know a lot of people who did it. So
Those are my Typhoon killers.
it's pretty sad. Like, come on, Kixeye. It doesn't give us some goodwill here. Let us keep our boats. You already got the money for them. Let's keep our boats.
Yeah, especially if they bring those campaigns that are all raids, and you have these old fleets that you maybe not be using to hit bases now, but you know that they were working in those campaigns, and you can still use to do those campaigns, and you are scrapping them when you could give them a use, just to build the new fleet that you got in the raid, and you're wondering if no, why I spent here all the week and with people complaining that I didn't show up or stuff like that doing a raid if then I cannot build it because I don't have room.
Go on, Earth. Sorry, mate.
I was just saying, I mean, I'm in the same boat now as Bombard is. I've got a completely full dock, and I'm scrapping. Well, I've scrapped Threshers, and latest ones I've scrapped is strike cruisers. I mean, again, they seriously need to look at some way of giving us some benefit out of it, or literally letting us keep more boats in our dock. I mean, it's just getting stupid now.
Question is, what benefit is it to them whether you have 120 ships or not? And that's to you guys. What benefit is it?
The benefit, I was about to say this, for low levels, if you're, say, an up-and-coming 40 now, you've got Seawolves. If Seawolves are all you can build and they're instant repair, then if someone asks me what to build, I say build as many Seawolf fleets as you can to do the mission and just auto 27s everywhere. Mm-hmm. If you could build 14 fleets worth of Seawolves, the mission would take you about as long as it takes me, like 4 or 5 hours. So by limiting the amount of ships, they say, yeah, you can have all these instant repair fleets, but we're not going to give you enough room to build anything decent. That's the only reason I can see them doing it. And for me, it takes a bit of the tactics out of the game, because as a non-coiner, I can't build instant repair fleets anymore or little ships because I haven't really got room for them now. So
I still have a couple of little small hitter fleets, but yeah, I don't have room for it. I'm in the same boat of having to start getting rid of them too, and it's just kind of sad. But
All right, guys, interesting. So let's go down the panel at the bottom. So, guys, what is one change that you guys have liked that Kixeye have done? Let's go positive for a bit. If there's none, just say none. But if there is, let's go through it. If there's what's made you happy?
For me, one of the things that will make me happy, and you talked about the Forsaken Arena, and it's seeing that we are using so much the servers that are dedicated to the battles that they increase the number, because with all these people using it for the Forsaken Arena and the other ones for any other stuff, we are getting a lot of lag, I think. I think we are crowding too much those servers. So it would be nice if they could improve the number they have for the broadband.
Well, I think the best thing they've done is those new using the campaign system for the events. I think that's probably the best thing they've done in the last 6 months. I think that was really smart, and I can see them potentially doing a lot more of it. But you know, I know the first event they did that used that, and I was like, well, it's kind of cool because I don't have to go out and do a whole bunch of stuff for other people. But you know, it is definitely better now, the way things is with the co-op campaigns and all that. So that was an excellent job. Something really nice Kixeye did.
Yeah, the campaign system is definitely it's an amazing change, and just off the top of my head, my favorite thing's got to be that uranium campaign. I hope that stays around for a long, long, long time. It's balanced. I think it's fair. I'm not going to say easy because we never say easy because then things get changed. But I think it's fair for what it is. It's a good compromise of the way the game used to be, where between butt time and straight coin, get it done. You know, so you could work it out, and that was great. I like to do this once a month at least. I'd like to see it 2 times a month would be nice. If you're listening, guys, 2 times a month, right before and right after the raid. But anyway.
I'm pretty happy with all the new base stuff. It's been long overdue. Tac fields are cool. The turret 5s, I'm getting to them. I'm finally realizing, though, how little 59,000 is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more things I want to put on, but I've only got about 1,000 left, so I'm gonna have to start seeing what I need to switch out. But that was great. Long overdue.
I must admit, I'm quite liking the new hotkeys. I think they're quite good. Just pressing the R for rockets and stuff like that, and the zoom button. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to just
Those
have
hotkeys
R
are
and
amazing.
I'm not ready.
I think the whole interface is a good job. I think that was brought it up to date, and the hotkeys are just a godsend. Just not so good when you got sausage fingers and you hit the wrong one and the whole thing disappears. That's a piss ache, but yeah, good.
Yeah,
How many guys keep clicking out of their base, thinking that's where the old go to fleets used to be?
That really fucks me off. I do that a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm too much used to the old system. Many times I want to go to my dock and I enter into the map, but well, I guess with time I will get used.
It's in the exact same location physically where the other thing was. Fleets.
Yeah, I mean, and what do you guys really think about the way the button layouts are? I mean, I know they talked about it on the Thursday shows, changing it all with pictures instead of word phrasing. That's how they shrunk it down. But, I mean, once you realize and reprogram yourself to where everything is, I think it's just as smooth as it ever was, if not better.
Yeah, it's just learning it all over again.
Yeah, it's good. I think
No, can I say, actually, my best change of the last 6 months, they took the damn giant border from the middle. It was like your sector, your name, it took up 2/3, and it's tiny now. It's just a little tiny little square at the top of my page.
Yeah, but I guess you don't play in a high resolution, because if you play high resolutions, the other day we were wondering, for example, why somebody was not getting damage, and then we saw that teeny image of the road crew, and we could realize that the guy was using an Skullduggery fleet.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little... I wish they did a little something about the road crew indicator. It is a little small. I agree that is a little weird, because I guess we all use high-def monitors, and
You
it
can
is
hover over
tiny.
it, and it expands when you hover over that little box.
For me, removing the health minimum requirement for the campaigns, so you can just launch a dead fleet, that's pretty cool. That's the new instant repair. Yeah, I think that's probably my main one.
Tell you what I really like, the timer at the start of battles, what they put in. So you have a countdown to start and get in. Gives you about 15-20 seconds or something to load into the battle before you start moving on auto. That's really useful.
That is.
I'm with Jeff. I love the fact you can help the raid changes. I think the raid change is the biggest, that you can help a lot of your lowers in your alliance now. I think, yeah, that's been good. Mark, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I think the setup what it is pretty good. The new stuff, the screen and everything.
Sorry, Mark, just so you're a bit quiet there, buddy.
The new screen, what they did, I find that pretty cool.
The UI changes we were talking about.
Changes, yeah, UI changes.
Yeah. Is there anything else that's struck you in the last couple months that's really cool or that you're really happy or jazzed about?
Yeah, the campaign layout is pretty good. Jeff was talking about that earlier. I find that pretty cool.
Cool, so the new campaign layout, sweet. Alright guys, let's not turn this into a bitch fest. Let's keep this on the constructive approach. What do we, Kickside, need to change over the coming months to make things better? And what features?
I'm going to throw it out straight away and get it out of the way in a general term. Fix the bugs and glitches, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I really want them to fix the bug where my officer is not building the new stuff, not even just modules, but none of the new type things.
I'd really let us have a way to get officers again, because how many new people do you actually bring into the game recently? I got lucky; I was able to start a bunch, get in there and get a decent number when I started. I know people that don't have any officers at all because it's hard to get people to jump in. Let us have some way where we can get it, even if it's just through a select number of people.
That could be that.
Give everybody 5, you know.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
I think for me they just need to stable the glitches. I love the fact they do a lot of bug fixes and tunings. I know it's Jeff's favourite piece to read on a Thursday. I would love them to read more of. We fixed the glitch that Phantom Nighthawks doesn't get you when you've gone to a tower 100 sectors away. Rather than hearing, yes, we have reduced the shrink-on damage of the shooty-on tube of this and this little beer bottle's missing off the OP. Just do the good ones, the ones we need. Stop wasting your time with the pointless shit, please.
I think they don't do those ones, so you keep going each week to see if they have already fixed that one, so you read the forums.
We would gladly change a week of no new stuff in the Forsaken missions for a week just of focusing on overall quality.
A week? I'd go for the rest of the year, man.
Well, I know, but you got to realize they're also a company, and they're not going to do that. So we have to be realistic. But if you're out there and you guys do somehow listen to our Saturday shows, just give it a little moment for quality. We will be okay. As much as you have the crazy people who want to scream and cry when they don't get something new in the Forsaken mission, sometimes people just do it for Uranium, or they just don't do it that week. It's not the end of the world.
I think everyone's doing it for Uranium now, mate.
No, but there's some people that would always complain when it's the same, or they don't add anything new for Tier 4.
Speaking of Forsaken missions, take away all the shit that's been there for months and put back some of the shit that we actually want that's only been out for a month or so, like the D5E. They've taken the D5E out of the mini-raid, but they've still got friggin' that stupidest impact cannon in there that's been in there for bloody months. You know?
Or instead of not removing those, why don't they keep all they are adding? Sooner or later you're going to get it, but keep it all so you have the chance to win that D5E if you miss it. And not having to wait for the whole wheel of changes and swappings they do. Because
that's right. I agree with you 100% there, Tito. I think I don't understand why they pull anything out. They should just keep everything in there all the time.
I agree there.
Yeah, I don't get that. I think, but going back to the quality piece, definitely, and it shouldn't be a big fix. They did some of them are glitches that have come back. Don't bring me onto the whole Phantom Nighthawk subject because that's just get me going, and we've only got 15 minutes left. But fix the ones that are out there. Stop. Just give it a break on content for a bit. We got enough. Come on, guys. Any other changes?
Yeah, the fucking full screen pop-up that comes up when you go full screen. It says, do you want to allow or deny? And whenever you click allow, it's transparent. So whatever you're doing behind, it clicks. If you're autoing something, it stops. If you're in a base defense and you don't want to be moving your guard around and you click allow for full screen and your fucking ship starts moving, that pisses me really, really off.
I could be wrong, but I think that one is Flash related, not Kixeye related.
Still annoying, and then you go, oh, you're controlling your app. No, I just went full screen.
I have been using different browsers, and I found that Firefox now has a box option that says, "Do you want me to remember this one for you?" Likely understanding that if you say once yes, you can go to full screen. It's not going to ask you anymore. I haven't tested it.
So you think Firefox would circumvent that? That might be worth looking into. Just check into that and report back next week. See if we can have a solution for everybody on that.
I think for me, they've brought a lot of stuff in that isn't really being used right now. And this is down the line. I think the bugs and the glitches fixes are more important. But I'd really like to see them bring in the sector influence and more alliance stuff where your alliance gets rewarded for controlling stuff and make it more alliance oriented. I think they've got the platform there for it to be done now.
Now, the last negative point, I wish they'd actually listen on the forums, because as we've showed this week, as much as that's supposed to be our voice to Kixeye for a rational and reasonable discussion, they did not want to have a rational and reasonable discussion about some aspects today, or this week. So, you know, if that's going to be the way you want us to talk to you, please pay attention to the people on the forums and try to make it more interactive from both sides. The community is trying. I have given it to the BB community. I've seen a lot of people are doing better about it. It's nowhere near as much trolling, but they got to give and take a little bit here. We won't dwell on it. We all know what happened.
Yeah, I think let's just be honest. I think the structure is probably wrong.
They stopped it. A very popular thread. They made it so it would stop populating and pushing forward on their forum, so it would die. We all know what happened. They did it for 2 days, and the community was so pissed that people were like linking out that thread just so you could still comment into it. I know it was on the BV page. There were a couple different places. Like, just don't do that crap, Kixeye.
I think the game's
Personally, I don't go to forums anymore because there's just too much crying and whinging and bitching in forums, so I just don't even bother going in there to read them anymore.
Well, I mean, I understand it, and some people are a little bit for that, but it's still supposed to be, as Kixeye has said, even as Will Harbin said, if you want to communicate and you want to tell us what you think, you go to the forums. They don't read Facebook groups, they don't read pages, they don't read the BV page, even though some do. But, you know, if that's the front of your company, they got to listen to us in ways. So I don't want to dwell too hard on it, though.
I think for me, I think the structure's wrong. I think actually, why don't they have support members on that chat all the time? Yeah, probably because there's like Bombard said, there's probably a lot of bitching going on there. But actually, there's times. Let's look at our own famous hacker that keeps coming around. There's times where you just want someone on support to go, actually, do you know what? I need your help. This guy's a hacker. Someone comes in from support, looks at it, goes, oh yeah, he's a level 8 base with a 52 Zerg fleet. Ban. You know, and that's where Kixeye go wrong. They should have a live support function there, even if it's just chat for things like that come out. It doesn't take much, and they need to address their support structure and that. And I think what happened on the forums with that thread's a prime example of they've got the wrong structure in place in customer support and have the wrong way of communicating with players.
Yeah, the email-based ticket system is not the way for quick replies. It definitely, you're 100% right. I've seen that in many games, many multiplayer games, you know, like massive world games. They have it, and you can just instantly get somebody. They'll go right into it. If there's someone's trolling a player, they can be on it and have them banned in 10 minutes. So that kind of quick turnaround, I think, would be great and much appreciated.
All right, guys, we've got 10 minutes left. Open forum to you guys on the show. Open forum to Twitch chat. what do you want to talk about, guys? Fire over to you.
I want to talk about a fleet that doesn't take 3 months to build. That's what I would love. I mean, has anybody else got to the point where they're kind of a little sick of crazy long builds? Like this is the most expensive game in the world to play competitively, and it's crazy when you do some of the numbers. It's like, okay, $5 a day, bam, every day, $35 a week. Oh, you want to go and speed that up? That's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So if you're not going to lower the price of time of what it is to speed up time, give us a break. Give us a damn break.
You know, I actually, whenever they come out with a new hull and I figure out what the build time is and all that, I try to calculate, okay, it's either this much time or this much gold to build this fleet. And then once you have the fleet, then I try to calculate, okay, if you lose this fleet, how long does it take you to repair versus how much gold to repair, and that kind of thing. And I do have people that I know that work at Kixeye that I try to share that information with, because I often feel like they're out of touch, and I try to do what little bit I can to get them to think like a player.
Like, hey, this new boat, when you build it, it's going to cost someone $3 or $6 to repair this fleet. Just so you know.
To be fair to them though, the Mastodon's not that bad a build time, is it? Well, because you don't have to armor it necessarily.
Because of the Z missiles. Z missiles are only like, what, 13 hours?
Yeah.
Don't say
Still
that.
$80 a ship.
That's cheap. That's cheap for this game. I mean, we're talking about $220 fleet, so people spend $500 every month.
You cannot say loud things like that. They will check that.
Oh, it's rational. It's under $100 to build a boat. We got to get on that quick.
This is like going and telling somebody that you can see the concert without paying the ticket. They are going to check how you do that. So next time you have to pay 2 tickets.
It doesn't. Not getting into that. Bombard your bell end. Anyway, moving on. I think, guys, what on earth were the tier 4 prizes this week?
I'm not even gonna. They're not tier 4 prizes. They just got put in the wrong place.
This is what we were talking about. Content week. We're okay with that. Put that where it belongs. We all have big boy underwear on. We can take a no tier 4 week. But that crap that they did this week.
It just shows us that Kixeye don't play the game, because how many people...
I mean, if you have Spectres where you can grind 40s, yes, you could grind 40s to 4.5 million, but you better not have anything else to do that weekend if you're real low level. Well,
then the prize is awful low.
What do you mean?
Why not put him
I refit my Nighthawks with that new Vortex missile, with that new Vortex torpedo straight away. It's awesome.
Your credit card, buddy. Your credit card. Go for it, Bombard. But I don't know, man. It's just call it for what it is. You don't have to. We don't have to have something. You don't have to put it out there and say, "Oh, it's new. It's awesome. It's in tier 4." It's crap.
Total crap.
Actually, that model.
I got one more point I wanted to ask you guys. What do you think? What's your ideal number of possible road crews? 10 is not enough. What do you guys think it should be?
20.
20?
50.
Anybody else?
I'm gonna go with Bombard and more 50. I don't even think 20 would be enough, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I haven't even rolled a road crew since they took away Crypt Keepers.
I roll them continuously. I'm always using different road crews. I like to have an option, I like to be ready to hit a base. My fleet's on the way to the base. My fleet's about to be launched. I don't want to sit there for 5 minutes rolling for road crews. I want to put that crew on straight away and go out and hit that base. So it's nice to have an option to choose.
For those of you that are playing that Forsaken Arena and you get the chance to get 1 road crew a day, I heard that you can get more than 10 now.
Yeah, it's not a hard limit.
Yeah, but is there a limit on those as well, or you can have over 20, for example, to say something?
I'm not sure, but
you can win those. As I understand, you can keep winning those. It's just you can't actually roll for any more and buy any more until you're back under 10 again.
That makes sense.
But you can continue winning them daily from the Forsaken Arena.
And that annoys me because I got full on 10. I went to roll for a crew, and I've got 3 fearless blitzers, which I didn't need. So I've had to just dismiss them to roll for something else. But it would have been nice to keep them.
I just want them, with the amount of the way uranium is right now, let me pick my crew. Don't let me waste 8,000 uranium, which is a whole dredge, which is about 17 hours work in the New World. I'm joking, but let me pick it. I want a guard crew. I'm going to pay 500 for it. If I want a legendary crew, let me pick it. 5,000, whatever. Just let me pick it, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, definitely. Even if I wouldn't be that fussed, to be honest, if they did say slightly increase. If they said, it's going to be 1,000 for an uncommon, I'd probably roll 2,000 or 3,000 trying to get a bullseye brigade anyway.
And shouldn't they revamp a bit the Royal Crews? They are the favorite ships for any of them are ships that most of them are no longer used.
When's the last time you used a Lucky Bastards? You got to go out and get all those blueprint pieces. Sexy blueprints. Let me do a Ben moment. Look at those blueprints. Yeah, come on, Kickside. Get with the times. Get out the crap. Every time I see what it infuriates me, I'm like, why?
Stephen, just please keep your shirt on. I have enough of that with Ben.
Oh, we already had Maddie today. I don't know if you noticed.
I can't wait to tell Ben that Steven did a Ben impression.
Hey.
Save
the duck! Save the duck!
Hey, I made the Save the Duck. So.
Come on, y'all! Save the duck!
Hey, and they did. When you have community, your community gets behind something, and they see. Hold on a second. You see, when the people see, and Kickside sees the community is pissed. I don't care if you feel it, whatever way happened. We got the change, and it went from 8 to 5. It took a month and a half. The community got behind the idea, and this is wrong, and it got changed. So, if you think it's hokey or not, you still can't knock on community involvement. So, hopefully, we can get other things changed. We got to ride around some other things.
Yeah.
Agreed. Now, who was it? Who somebody was saying something when Steve cut him off? Who was it? Nobody. Nobody wants to talk anymore, Steve. See, he just wants you to talk.
He's killed it. His Big Ben moment.
I broke him. I just broke the board here.
I think Tito was trying to say something, and then he interrupted Tito and told him, "Hold on a second."
Does anybody else see that, like especially in dredges or especially in the events, that there's not really randomness to their patrols? That especially when you're in a sub, the computer knows where you are, and they happen to patrol a little closer to you and run. You'll see them do patterns, and then all of a sudden you start to get closer to the subs, and that pattern will come way out, right in line with where you're heading. Am I the only one that sees that?
No. It's called coins. Oh, there's coins. Let's go get them.
That's the stuff I just really don't like. I mean, the game's tough enough as it is. Make it a challenge, but don't make it so that I don't know if like when you're cheating, and I call it cheating, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
No, I think
that's my gripe.
I disagree with Paul. What you just said. The game should be challenging. It shouldn't. The game should be fun. That's what a game's about. Maybe it should. It can be challenging at times, but it shouldn't be constantly challenging.
It's kind of like the Craig.
A little challenge.
It's like the Craig David song, 7 Days, isn't it? That's like your BP chores now. I did my dredges on Monday, and then all sorts of. Back in the Blackwater days, you just call all your concerns were, come on, hit a base. Do I have enough repairs? And now it's like, sorry guys, can't help, chores.
Yeah, it is frustrating. It's like I've still got my mission to do. I've hit 165, so I'm on like 900 and something thousand. I've probably got about 2 hours left. Hell, it might have expired. I don't even know, because I've been too busy playing the game for what I want to play it for. Hitting bases, and I've been on TeamSpeak playing with everyone all day. I haven't slept an inch for about 24 hours. It's been that much fun at the moment. I haven't had time to do my mission, and I don't particularly care about it. I mean, so I can win Vortex torpedoes? No, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, so just to summarise, Rob's not slept for 24 hours because he was playing with people, and we'll leave it at that. Perfect, guys. Well, I think that's just about it for this week's show, gang. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and thank you for the lovely, pretty, and handsome panel below for joining and taking the time to discuss all Kick-Size changes and bugs of now. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you on Thursday live. Cheers.